Welcome everyone to another episode of Football Armchair Experts, where we pretend to know everything, but actually we know nothing. Manjun, I don't know why he's smiling. Maybe it's been a while since he last heard that.
Yeah, sir.
Drunk last week. We more or less did predict that the Champions League might emotionally drain some of the title race contenders. We were right in that aspect, but maybe not for the right club, because we'll hear Liverpool fan Imran's take on how the title race has changed. Chelsea fan Robin here also to bring us through a top four race that has now started to envelop Chelsea as well. Newcastle fan Manjun, and I myself, Mark, I'm a Fulham fan. After their midweek exertions against Villarreal, Liverpool are the first to blink in the title race. They drew 1-1 at home to Tottenham Hotspur. Start with a neutral's point of view first. You think maybe on the balance of play, Liverpool were unlucky, or maybe, Spurs, despite their counter-attacking lack of possession, maybe they had the better chances?
Yeah, I do think Spurs had a better chances. So if any team were unlucky, it would have been Spurs. But that's not to say Liverpool played badly or they were suffering from a Champions League hangover, I think Liverpool played well. They had good energy. It's just that Spurs really defended super deep. So they didn't allow Liverpool to play their game. So like people like Mane, Salah, Luis Diaz cannot run in behind. There was really no space. But I think Diaz was really a bright spark. He was always trying to dribble and make something happen. And true enough, he got his goal. A bit lucky with the deflection, but I guess on the balance of play, it was pretty deserved. I think a draw is a fair result, although there was a chance at the end for Spurs that I think Højbjerg or something, his header back was a bit off. That could have been 2-1 and then GG, but I think both teams played very well. So it was a very good game to watch as a neutral, to be fair.
Okay. Thanks for staying up to watch. I think it was 3 a.m.
Yeah, I think so,
Why you suddenly stay up, sir?
I was watching almost every game before that. It's quite a nice weekend.
Okay, but you did mention Luis Diaz's shot, I guess, took a big deflection and all that. Imran in the past has always said that deflections always seem to be sort of lucky goals. It doesn't really kind of reticent to call it an actual deserved goal. Since all of us were not really expecting Spurs to get any points against Liverpool, could you say this is a surprise to you?
I don't think it's a big surprise. Obviously it's disappointing, but I don't think Liverpool fans are very disappointed by the result, because in any other season or maybe in any other game, if you take it as the game itself, right, drawing with Spurs isn't a very bad result. Yeah, it's just that the expectations now are so high, and then because the stakes are so high, so it feels like just dropping points feels like the end of everything. But I mean, can't really see it that way also. It's I don't know, it feels a bit spoiled to feel like, okay, we must win everything. Obviously we must, but if we don't, if you see it as the game itself, it's still okay to get that sort of result. It's just that obviously now with so much at stake, then it's a bit sad that it sort of feels like we are falling behind the title race.
Okay, very mellow reaction from Imran, but I guess that's what happens when you get him only a few days after the game.
I mean, if we were lost, then I'll be like, okay this is like a shit result because of how Spurs has been doing and all that, right? But I think in most of the other times, if you play like a top 4, top 6 sort of clubs, right, you generally be okay with a draw. I think for most of the clubs within that bracket.
Okay. I guess in terms of this, of course, Tottenham the first side to stop Liverpool from winning at Anfield since Brighton in October, when of course England was still recording from the hospital. So I guess at least the consolation is not there anymore. Does it seem like it's already over, the title race?
I think it is. I mean, Liverpool are a team that can't afford to slip up amongst the two. So when I saw the result, I thought that's it. I think it's over for now. And some of the worst thing is Man City got better in the goal difference. So I think that makes it even worse.
I was positive about Newcastle,
You gotta be kidding me, boy. You gotta be kidding me. No way.
You were the informed team for the second half of the season. So if anyone's gonna stop them, it's you guys already.
You can only beat low teams. You cannot beat Man City's, man.
Or not lose freaking 5-0.
You should have seen last week, speaking very positively about Newcastle, how he's pinning his hopes on Newcastle, making Man City the first ones to slip up in the title race. Of course, in a sense, this Liverpool Spurs game draw does neither side any favors. Spurs also fall further behind in the top 4 race as well. But we have to talk about in terms of the title race. Of course, like you mentioned, Man City did spank Newcastle 5-0 at home. I guess maybe with these stats, it shouldn't seem so surprising that Man City 11th consecutive home win over Newcastle. That's a Premier League record. No other team has had that good a record against another team. Eddie Howe, 0% points record against Manchester City. He's lost all 12 of his games. So I guess maybe in terms of these kind of stats, maybe we shouldn't be so surprised in any hopes on Newcastle.
I watched the first 20 minutes of it, I think.
Okay.
Until we considered the first goal. Then I know it would be a disaster from there. I think honestly, right, I think the team playing like the way the team plays, we felt like the season was over anyway.
Okay.
So it really didn't mean much to them.
I mean, if there's any consolation for Liverpool fans, Ruben Dias went off injured. John Stones is ruled out for the rest of the season.
Oh,
that
shit.
means it's going to be Laporte and Nathan Ake for the next 3 games for Man City. So who knows? Maybe within themselves they can find a way to slip up also. But I think in a sense, like Imran mentioned, unless it's a defeat, they probably need Man City to draw twice.
Yeah.
So
I mean, on the bright side, at least West Ham has something to play for. Still have something to play for.
They still.
Yeah. They need a win now to overtake Man U to get into Europa League. So
Damn, that's true.
it's a big jump from the Conference League to Europa League. and a big drop down. So
Yeah, but for some managers, right, going to the Europa Conference final, right, is something to cry about.
Oh, yes.
No, don't.
Respect, man. Respect.
what was his explanation?
I don't know.
I didn't go and follow on whatever he said after that.
He said something like, "Oh, okay, this like Roma, where Jose Mourinho is currently." He said that there's been a long time since they won a trophy, which is sort of true. I think maybe the last time they won a trophy was like maybe 10 years ago, maybe that was like an Italian Cup or something. And people coming out saying that, oh, he's the first manager to be in the Champions League final, Europa League final, and Conference League final. I don't know if that really makes him, is that a great accomplishment? I'm not sure. It just means that he's coached big clubs and not so big clubs, I guess. Man City are away to West Ham this coming weekend. Liverpool are away to Southampton. Robin did mention West Ham was going to be the time where Man City was going to slip up. Do you still think so?
Yeah, I think so. Even more so with City's defensive injuries and West Ham's recent 4-0, although it's against Norwich, so a bit of an easy game. But I think West Ham at home somehow, it's not going to be easy for City. Apparently, their defensive crisis is worse than we think. I think he ruled out Diaz for the rest of the season. And I think Ake also not really match fit.
Only 2 games left in the season only.
Yeah, but they are big games, right? Like they are games.
I say until rule out for the rest of the season, probably like 2 weeks only.
Okay, 2 games. But yeah, it could be quite a big miss for them, especially if they have to play the youngsters or if Fernandinho gets caught out, lack of pace, everything. So a bit dangerous.
Oh yeah, and Kyle Walker also injured, is it?
Yeah,
Kyle Walker also injured.
So essentially their whole back line.
I think they are left with Cancelo, Zinchenko, and Laporte.
But if you play Cancelo on right back, then Zinchenko on left back.
Yeah, they just need to stay fit.
Okay, hopefully unfamiliar back four will make their defense more leaky.
Yeah, it could be risky. So I still think West Ham is a banana skin for City. It's not quite over yet.
Motivation is one thing, but quality is another thing. I read somewhere where as much as Man City don't have their anchors at the back, I think West Ham also will without the anchors at the back. It's like, who's that? Craig Dawson? Yeah, so technically they also don't really have much going on for them. Okay, I don't have as much faith as in West Ham as Robin does. I would think it's an easy sweep for Man City for this.
Which game again? Liverpool
West Ham, Man
City. Oh, I'm gonna go.
Just stick to Liverpool.
Let's go.
Gonna go. I need a 2-0 West Ham and Liverpool to win. And Liverpool to win 2-0 for the goal difference to break even.
Okay. So now you're manipulating you try to reverse engineer the scores.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go 2-0 West Ham.
Okay. This week Imran is a hammer.
Okay, I'll stick with my West Ham faith and I'll go for a draw. I want the last day to be super dramatic. I will go for a 2-2 for this game.
I think it'll be high scoring. But I think I'm Man City win. I go for a 3-2 Man City.
Okay. If you want a very, very exciting last week of the season, we will hope for West Ham to beat Man City. Then they'll be equal on points. Maybe we get another Aguero moment. Who knows?
Wow, yes.
Tempting to go for that storyline, right? But
Let's go lah.
And honestly, if Man City just win both their last 2 games, right, then it didn't matter whether Liverpool drop points at Spurs or what, they would have just won the league either way. So other ways, I'm sort of, I wouldn't say happy, but it's like nothing much for Liverpool to lose. So this result didn't really mean much unless Man City draws. Then you'll be like, shit, we should have capitalized on it.
Okay. So not sure if this will make you happy. I'm going to go draw here. West Ham 1, Man City 1. Okay, in terms of Southampton, Liverpool, I don't think there's much to analyze this. I don't think anyone watched the Brentford-Southampton game enough to know. But Southampton haven't been on a good run.
What's the
1 win in
score?
9.
Oh shit. Okay, I just saw it.
So maybe that explains the booing from the Southampton fans.
Go for 3-0 lah.
I'll go for 4-0 Liverpool.
I'm going to go 3-0 Liverpool. So I'm guessing for even it's 2-0.
No, I think probably 4-0 also lah.
4-0 also. Okay, why not?
Wait, who's playing first? Man City playing first.
Man City first.
Yeah. I think it depends on the Man City result. If Man City wins, right, then Liverpool just gonna
give up? Cannot be also.
not give up, but maybe you won't try to score.
Rest.
Maybe you won't try to score as many goals.
Okay.
Because at the point you'll be like, can't really catch up already. But if Man City loses, right, then you'll be like, oh, we just need like this amount of goals to catch up their goal difference, and goal difference may actually make a big difference towards the end, right? Then I feel like that one Liverpool will be more tempted to go all out, So 4-0. I think either way Liverpool has to go hard at it. So the best is that you can just play as well as you can and get as many goals as you can, just to catch up with Man City's goal difference, right? So it's like there's like a bit of no point playing it safe anymore. It's either you go big or go. You have to go big just to have a chance.
That's true. Speaking of this kind of goal difference kind of story, I know we don't really cover this far down the football pyramid, but maybe this is a story that can inspire Liverpool. There was a story in League 2 this weekend at the Memorial Stadium. Bristol Rovers needed 7 goals to overtake Northampton for promotion, and they actually did manage to get 7 goals. They overtook Northampton, even though both sides won.
These are the Northampton Town players on the pitch, waiting for news, checking their mobile phones. They thought they'd clinched promotion fall. They were 3-0 up. The full-time whistle has gone down at the Memorial Ground. Here come the fans. Bristol Rovers have achieved mission impossible.
Quite a crazy end to the season for League 2. Of course, Bristol Rovers manager Joey Barton. Never thought you'd hear his name.
Oh my god, what the hell?
Newcastle legend.
Man City legend also.
Yeah, that's true. Man City legend also. Who knows? Maybe you might get something similar in the Premier League. In terms of the top 4 race, I guess we have to mention, because the North London derby this time around is going to be a big one. Spurs know now with the way that the scores are, they have to win to stay in the top 4 race. Arsenal beat Leeds 2-1. They kind of struggled a little bit against 10-man Leeds.
They were very good in the first half though. Until they got sent off, then I think they start to slack. That's why Leeds came back in the second half, right? But first half, they looked very, very sharp. Leeds had no chance at all. Martinelli was destroying the A-Ling. That's why he got a red card in the end. Yeah, so Arsenal was very, very good in the first half. But if they taper off in the second half like they did against Leeds, I think they have no chance against Spurs. So I don't know what kind of team they'll come out with, this one. Stupid teams.
I guess maybe 2 goals from Eddie and Nketiah. A lot of people saying that, Arsenal found a striker at the right moment and all that. I have to ask Imran, what should Arsenal do with Eddie and Nketiah at the end of the season? Extend his contract or just let him go?
I mean, I haven't watched a lot of him, but just based on history, he isn't a top-class striker, I think. It's like, if he were to go to a mid-table team, like West Ham, he's just going to be like a Danny Welbeck or Theo Walcott, like just gone really. So, so I don't think he's worth keeping. It's just so happened that he's managed to find form towards the end of the season, maybe also because he has more playing time. I was thinking to myself, if would I want Eddie Nketiah at Liverpool even if he's on a free? I don't think so. I don't think he will even get into the team. So I don't think he's like good enough, especially for Arsenal's ambitions. Depending where they want to go, if they want to be in the Europa League, he's perfectly fine.
So I guess I
like mid, like the mid-tier striker.
Okay, makes sense. Well, I guess maybe Arsenal will find out what kind of club they want to be this summer. So keep tabs on Eddie and Nketiah's contract situation. In terms of this upcoming North London derby,
Kind of favouring Spurs for this game.
so basically we are just going to predict scores such that everything goes to the last day.
Of course, that is the point. There's no point. I already paid for my Singtel cast. Yeah.
Okay. Because the equation for this is Spurs have to win. Arsenal can afford to draw, and I think that will guarantee Champions League football for them. Of course, they will want to win. That would put them in contention for even third place.
What is Chelsea's next team?
Chelsea are like 1 point ahead of Arsenal. But we'll get
Only
to
1
Chelsea.
point ahead.
Chelsea lead. Then after that, I don't know who else.
Leeds Hey, wow, you don't play Leeds now. Actually, do you want to play Leeds now? No idea.
I don't know. Chelsea don't want to play now.
You just want to sell the club and be done. Like screw this season. You just want
End
it
the
to end.
season now.
Nothing to play for already.
Third place is good.
Okay, I think Chelsea's fixtures, we'll talk about Chelsea more later, but I think Chelsea's fixtures are quite okay towards the end. So I think that should still be enough. They're at home to Leicester, at home to Watford. Easy.
Easy game.
Can't say Chelsea suddenly charity FC again.
I think for you would say you would prefer Spurs to win this.
Mathematically, yes lah. Well, but I don't know. I also don't really want Spurs to be top 4 or that close to top 4. I prefer Arsenal over Spurs.
Okay.
But I mean, objectively speaking, I favour Spurs for this game. I do think I still have faith over Conte over Arteta. 1-0 Spurs.
I actually have faith in Arsenal for once this time around. Just because the pressure's not on them, the pressure's on Spurs to attack. And which they haven't been doing. I want to say they haven't been doing very well this season, but they also have quite a lot of high scoring games in the past couple of months. It's once again it's like an up and down thing for them. A bit hard to predict. But I think the pressure is on Spurs. It's like a must-win game for them, right? Whereas compared to Arsenal, just have to draw. So they can be the ones that sit deep and attack on the counter, which is always easier, I guess. Yeah. And I guess Spurs also sort of deserve to, not deserve to lose, but like the way they play is like they also sort of must win against Liverpool, right? But they're also willing to sit back. So it's like they dug themselves this hole where now they sort of have to, I don't know, go out of their comfort zone against Arsenal.
Okay, but I guess maybe the counter to that is you would rather go out all out on attack against Arsenal than
that's true. That's true.
One is home, one is away. Okay. In terms of score, I think I'm going to go for everything to go to the final day. So why not Spurs win against Arsenal? I'm going to go 2-1. England.
I think Arsenal's form has been like a lot better than Spurs coming into this. So minimally it'll be a draw. I think it'll be a draw. I think it'll be 1-1.
Yeah, I think I'll go for 2-1 also. 2-1 Spurs.
Okay. In terms of Spurs having another game, Spurs against Burnley, Mike Jackson is now no longer unbeaten. Will Burnley get anything against Spurs?
I think it'll be a typical game. I think Spurs 2-0.
2-1 Spurs.
I would say this is like one of those Spursy games. They will just lose to Burnley 2-1 and then like you cannot really explain.
Spurs 2-0 against Burnley. Arsenal having another game is against Newcastle.
Newcastle Arsenal, I always remember the 4-4 was it last time?
Oh yes.
No more such days. Yeah, I don't see any hope for Newcastle. They just really, their attack is very haphazard. It's just Saint-Maximin just running around like disjointed attack. So I don't see them breaking Arsenal or winning Arsenal. Yeah, I think Arsenal will win this 2-0.
Arsenal may still have something to play for, so I think 2-0 Arsenal as well.
Yeah, I think the same. I'm going to go for 1-0.
I think Arsenal may drop points here. I'm going to go 1-1. Coming in the midweek, Chelsea are at home to Leicester, who probably are in the only other side in worse form than them.
Okay, I'll give Chelsea the benefit of doubt. I'll go for a 1-0 Chelsea winner.
Have to ask Robin. I don't know if you know much about the new ownership and all that, but optimistic about it.
At least it seems closer to conclusion now. There's the American dude who doesn't seem to get VAR. His reaction is funny when the goal was disallowed. I don't know about him, but at least he runs LA Dodgers, right? So, okay lah, that they seem to be a successful club or team, whatever you call it. So I think he should know his stuff, I hope. Otherwise, I don't really care about all this, whoever owns it. It's really out of my control. They just don't fuck it up. I'm okay.
Yeah, I guess maybe the worry is that, there are like some other American owners, like, the Glazers, they own like some other sports teams in the US. I think Stan Kroenke also owns some other sports teams also. Do you think it's just going to be one of those owners where they just want to profit off the club? They don't want to invest in it?
I wouldn't blame them if they do. After all, they're all businessmen. But I want to believe that Chelsea have a stronger backroom staff around to go and navigate and then make this team continue to win. But I'm not confident in a clean sheet, so I'll go 2-1.
I'm going to go Chelsea win 2-1.
Yeah, same. I'm going to make it 3 people in a row. Going to go Chelsea 2-1 as well. Okay, I guess that sort of leads in a little bit into the relegation race. The 3 contenders are Leeds, Everton and Burnley. We've already mentioned Burnley losing to Aston Villa. Leeds, of course, were probably a little bit unlucky to lose 2-1 to Arsenal. But of course, Luke Ayling getting himself sent off for almost no reason at all. That means he's suspended for the last 2 games as well. But Everton, the big beneficiaries this weekend, they beat Leicester 2-1. It's only their 2nd away win of the season, their first since August.
Yeah, they just suck the fun out of everything, Everton. But I mean, Leeds isn't a bad team also to go down.
Define what you mean Leeds isn't a bad team to go
basically,
down.
I want a big team to go down. And of course, Everton is a bigger fish, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, so... But I doubt they will, looking at the form. I mean, they're coming up. Their fixtures also look quite winnable. Yeah, so I think they should be able to win themselves out of the race.
But Everton, back-to-back home games against Brentford and Crystal Palace.
Brentford been doing quite well recently, right? Actually, in the past few games. I mean, I want still want something exciting towards the end for the relegation battle. So I think Brentford are going to win 2-1 Everton. Palace also a bit of good form. I think it'll be a draw. I think 1-1.
Okay, so England is giving Everton 1 point from those 2 games. I think that would definitely drag them back into it.
Yeah.
We'll see how much it stacks up against his results for Leeds and Burnley a bit later. If I'm not wrong, he did predict Burnley to beat Spurs, right? So I think he's still leaning towards Everton going down.
Yeah, I think they'll get 1 point also.
Okay.
It's not because I'm biased, because I'm biased. I think they get 1 point also. I think they'll get a... Let me think about this. I think they'll lose to Brentford.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think they'll draw with Crystal Palace.
So same as England.
Yes.
I'm tempted to say both draws. So I think both will be 1-1s.
I have a feeling they'll beat Crystal Palace, but they'll lose to Brentford. I'm going to go Everton get 3 points from these 2 games. Everton to lose 2-1 to Brentford in good form. They'll beat Crystal Palace 1-0. Leeds are at home to Brighton, who of course last time out did beat Manchester United 4-0.
Against some side, they're not really playing for anything, whereas they actually still have something to play for.
But it's actually Brighton's first home win since Boxing Day. So that's how much on the beach they have been. This is probably the best stat. Brighton have scored 25% of their home goals in just this game alone. They only have 16. They scored 4 in this game. That's how poor Brighton have been at home, but Manchester United somehow found a way to suck even more. This is, of course, the 5th straight away defeat for Manchester United also, and they've conceded 4 goals for now the 6th time this season. So,
Wow.
And their goal difference is like 1, so I don't know.
Correct. Let's go. Crystal Palace to beat Man U, make it a negative goal. Unfortunately, that game is not this weekend. Manchester United are not playing this weekend. Brighton are the one very important game for Leeds. This is probably must win. Will Leeds get it?
No, I think they're going to draw this one.
If Leeds were to go down, do you think you will see them bounce straight back up?
Yeah, technically, right, most of their team is the team that came out anyways. You think about it, like how the team is there. So I think no issue. Should be no
but I
issue.
think some of their players will probably leave, like Calvin Phillips.
Oh yeah, that's
maybe
true. That's
Patrick
true.
Kluivert.
That's true. Some more does Jesse Marsh. I don't think he'll be there also next season.
Oh, is it?
Who
So
knows?
you think if they're down, he'll be sacked?
I think he'll be sacked. I think they'll be thereabouts, the playoffs.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're going to lose important players, like Rafinha's going to go.
So not sure, if Leeds go down. I don't think it'll be quite 16 seasons again for Leeds to come back up, but I think it won't be an instant bounce back.
Yeah, I'm not convinced by Leeds. I don't think they can score. They don't look like scoring that many as they used to under Bielsa. Especially now, no Bamford. Like James is damn lame. Walao. I'll go for Brighton. Just pure momentum play. So Brighton to carry on the winning run. I think they'll win 2-0.
I think you've mentioned before that you're not exactly the biggest fan of Daniel James. Could you say he's a big flop this season?
But who's the competition for flop of the season?
I think the guy wearing blue might have something to say about it.
Hey, I don't know. No.
Lukaku.
No? I think Lukaku is definitely in the conversation now.
For the price tag.
Dawood on a loan.
I think one of the flops is a player I hate the most from West Ham.
Norwich, is it?
No, West Ham.
West Ham.
Nikola Vlasic.
Nikola Vlasic.
And still never think he's worth 30 million. He's trash.
Aston Villa at home against Burnley. Burnley have already lost the first leg of this weird two-legged tie, I guess you can say that.
Wait, Aston Villa against Burnley? Yeah. Who did Aston Villa play before this? Oh yeah, they played Burnley. So then why did they play Burnley again?
Yeah, it's been rescheduled so late that they're playing them twice in 2 weeks. Yeah. So if Aston Villa managed to beat them twice, right, we have Aston Villa to thank for relegating Burnley single-handedly.
Okay lah. I think maybe Burnley gonna be a bit better. I think it's gonna be a. Hey, no leh, but I think Aston Villa gonna beat them again lah. 2-0, 2-0.
Robin.
It's always like that. I think Aston Villa always hitting form, but then they always disappoint us. So I'll go for Burnley shock 1-0.
Oh, okay, really going for the last day. So I think according to your results, it sounds like it's Leeds going down. Manjun?
Yeah, I think Burnley will lose. I just realized one thing. Burnley's ever reliable striker, right? Ashley Barnes, right? Hasn't got a single goal or assist this season.
Wow.
I just realized that. 0 fucking goals in a season.
So is this the time?
It's the stat of the season, stat of the episode.
If he wants to be clutch, right? This is the time to be clutch.
He's gonna do a Lingard.
The hat trick's gonna come now, yeah, I think so.
What, hat trick some more? Okay.
Fucking Ashley Barnes. Yeah, 1-0 result.
For the heck of it, I'm going to go draw for this Villa against Burnley, but I think it'll be Leeds to go down also. Yeah. So I guess another season of Burnley around.
Yes. Another debut.
Oh, I think Man U clutch. Never let Jesse Lingard go to West Ham. It's not. They now in the Conference League already.
The clutchest move of the season. Conference League. Technically, can you put Chris Wood as flop of the season contention? Because it costs 25 million. That's 12 million per goal. You think about it.
If you want to, you can.
He's supposed to be able to save us, but end up without him, I think it doesn't matter. You pay Dwight Gill there, I think it doesn't matter.
I think there's zero expectation when he came in with that price tag. I think it's like a reasonable price tag for sort of an experienced EPL striker, right? And you know what you're gonna get from him really. So it's like I don't think he's underperforming or overperforming. It's just like that.
I think the crucial thing is that Newcastle got themselves out of trouble. No, if Newcastle was still struggling and all that, you can pinpoint him as the problem why Newcastle are struggling.
Okay,
I guess I think that will be one of the award categories we'll have most discussion on. I think the rest is more or less, I think, more straightforward. Maybe manager of the season also, we'll see.
Oh, manager of the season, that's true.
Pep still got who else?
Again, Pep again, sian.
I don't know. I
think
it might be Pep.
Voters will take. We can't always Pep, always sian.
Maybe
depends
Thomas Frank at Brentford also.
It was not Roy Hodgson, but damn it, he didn't loot the episode.
There's a shot for Arteta there, actually. If they get the top 4.
Is there an award for caretaker manager of the season?
Why, Mike Jackson?
Mike Jackson. 3 wins out of 4. Fantastic.
Caretaker manager. Who else is a caretaker manager this season?
Rangnick,
Ralph Rangnick.
Only got two contenders. Ben me. Son, actually I think Son. I mean, okay, that's like the player of the season shout already.
Son then loyal. He signed the contract very happily.
I feel like it's also sort of because nobody came for him. I don't know, is it because of like a racist thing or what? It's like Asian player, nobody really cares.
Actually they will want a Korean player. Then the market goes to them.
That's true.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But if you're an English club, you will want Harry Kane more. No lah, definitely not the Spanish clubs. I think they're more racist. They got no Asian players.
No, they got all the Korean young boys, the Japanese young boys there.
But they don't break into the first team. What?
That is true lah.
Yeah.
So where is less racist for him to break through?
Go back Germany lah.
Yeah, German League.
Go
German League always quite a lot of
Yeah.
Asian players on it.
They came from there. Yeah.
Yeah, he came from there.
Yeah, and a few others like what, like the Keisuke Honda guy also from Germany, right?
Oh, from Dortmund. Yeah, that's true.
Honda is from Dortmund.
No man.
No.
Was he not at Dortmund? Oh, that's Shinji Kagawa, is it?
Shinji Kagawa is from Dortmund.
Yeah.
Hey, racist are you?
Honda? They're all over the same. No, I just Japanese players.
Even Korean.
Yeah.
Okay, we can say
Honda was at Milan.
Yeah, Milan.
No, but that one is after that, right? After he left EPL.
Yeah, he very old and go Milan. He was from Moscow.
That was
from
after
Moscow last time.
Okay, yeah, he was at
CSK. Yeah.
CSK.
Oh, so he was never in the German League.
Don't think so.
German. I think it was a Schalke. Not sure. Or
Remember
Hamburg.
he came from the German League to Arsenal or something? Wait,
Honda.
is it Arsenal? Wait, Man U.
No.
Wait, who?
Honda.
Wait. Now
Wait.
we are all getting confused who we are talking
Guys,
about. Okay, there's
let's
one
not be
Shinji
racist.
Kagawa and there's one Keisuke Honda. Which one you're talking about?
Talking about Kagawa.
It makes up already.
Walao, wait, what the hell? What color?
See, everybody all racist now.
Yeah, Singapore lost 5-0 to
Thailand, 5-0.
5-0. SEA Games.
Wait, the SEA Games is going on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben Davies scored for
Ben Davies scored
against
penalty.
Singapore.
Oh,
Fulham represent even.
I don't think he's at Fulham anymore.
Not
Okay.
Fulham. Yeah.
Oh, no more.
I don't think so.
He's the next Carvalho. Fabio Carvalho.
Who knows? Then they'll go come and poach him again.
Well, then he made the right choice, not to serve NS.
Yeah, lor, then it's a great
Oh, yeah,
choice.
I don't think I will ever doubt that that's the right choice though. Football career versus definitely football career.
Yeah.
Is he still at Fulham? No, already, right?
Yeah, Ben Davies is no longer at Fulham. He's at Oxford United now.
Oh, so smart. Okay.
But yeah.
How many tiers is that? Down.
Oxford, I think is in League One. So one.
Okay lah, not too bad.
One league down.
Not too bad. Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah. Okay, they actually updated his wiki. He has his first goal for the Thailand under-20.
Wow, who the hell? Probably his mother do one. I tell you.
I mean, that's the last time, Man U won, right? 2013, 2012? Almost 10-year anniversary already. Momentous affair, need to celebrate.
Like the Arsenal fans, like the day that they finish above Spurs, they call it St. Tottenham's Day. Maybe we should have for Man U also.
Oh my god.
We need more of these clubs to catch up to Liverpool. That's why nobody can say us already. Right? They'll be like, hey, one league title in 30 years. Then be like, hey, you also one league title in 30 years.
I don't know if Manju has any opinion about the Europa League final. Eintracht Frankfurt against Rangers.
A bit disappointed by West Ham. But then Frankfurt is way better than them. So nothing much to that. Hopefully Rangers wins it. Then you'll see them in Champions League.
Going for Rangers to win.
Yeah, I mean, interesting to see them in the Champions League, where they get spanked. But yeah, I think...
Well, no, I think it'll be the same for Eintracht Frankfurt. If they get into the Champions League, I think
you see Frankfurt there before. You know what I mean?
How long ago? 20 years.
Really, man? I thought recently only.
Eintracht Frankfurt, I don't think so.
Okay, at least they're always thereabouts. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Not sure. The season with Haller and Kostic, I think they'll be in the Champions League.
Yeah, that'll be quite a comeback story from Rangers. Especially you have to go into administration and coming back up the Scottish leagues and all that. Yeah, that would mean Stevie G missed out on this.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, their manager now, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst.
Whoa, really? Not bad.
People of who used to follow Netherlands. Yeah.
I only can remember one thing. That fucking long range shot, the World Cup or Euros. That's about it. I can remember anything else.
Oh yeah, that one, our era, right?
Snyder, De Zeeuw, Van Bronckhorst. Well, he's gone from range and he's found an absolute beauty. Stunning goal by the Dutch captain, Gio Van Bronckhorst.
He was a defender or something, right?
Yeah, it was a right back. So hopefully you've enjoyed our predictions for match week 37. That would mean that there's only 2 games left to the season. Even though we know nothing, hopefully today you've learned something. We'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.